exercise today. We're going to squat first to a big high pull for 10 reps. So a fairly weighty one for that. And then 2 light dumbbells, we're doing some loaded jacks and some rifle carry. The rest is body weight. It's called Gone in 60 Seconds today. I'll go through the detail with you in just a second. Let's get warmed up first. Let's mobilise all the joints of the body. Okay, right, just show you how to squat first. 10 chest pulls. Usual form, you warm up 30 seconds on each jogging in the spot in between. Starting off with jacks to get your heart rate To do an exercise rep scheme. You do, let's say, 10 reps. Then you've got a back-off exercise that you then do when you finish to take you up to the 60 seconds. Then you rest 20 seconds and we move on to the next one. Do exactly the same again. And then you've got 5 to do. Yeah, and we do 5 rounds. It's that simple. So really all you need to know then is every rep scheme and back-off set for each of those 5 minutes, okay? Right, number 1, we have mountain climbers and rifle carries. So you're going to do 50 mountain climbers, okay? Nice and simple, driving these through, okay? Once you've done 50, have your dumbbells ready. You can take them up in the air, push them to the ceiling, and just lightly jogging on the spot like that, okay? You then rest 20 seconds. Drill number 2 is squat thrust to high pull. Okay, so kettlebell between the heels. Okay, a fairly weighty kettlebell. Okay, for this one, hands down, out, in, pull. Okay, hands down, out, in, pull. Okay, elbows nice and high. Okay, you haven't got to go into a clean. I don't expect you to catch it. Just pull and take it back. Then you're doing donkey kicks now for the remainder of the time, 10 reps. And you go, there won't be a lot of time left. Down into that bear crawl position. Press the toes into the ground and lift the knees. Then keep that position and drive the glutes. Okay, just lift that heel up. Back to that position. Don't see this. Okay, there. Keep control. You want to look elegant. Yeah, fluid. Okay? Right. Then we have, right, this one's a bit more interesting. You'll need a bit of wall space, perhaps. I'll give you some options. 30 loaded jacks, and then high plank or handstand if you want to give a handstand a go. So, 30 loaded jacks. Again, you don't want light dumbbells. Okay, 30. Any issues with knees or anything like that, do a side step, raise instead. Nice and fast though. 30. And then you can either go straight into a high plank. Okay, the high plank, just ease your shoulders over your fingertips a bit, just to challenge that core a little bit more. You can put your feet up at home on your sofa or something, or a table, something sturdy. In here, you've got the choice. If you're going to do a handstand this way, if you're not confident of doing a full handstand, you can do it on that wall up to the yellow line and no further up than the painful. But to be honest, that's better, because that will allow you then to get a correct stack. So rather than going all the way up there and sort of just sagging like this, which isn't reflective of a handstand, you want to stack your wrists, your shoulders and your hips. So therefore, going a bit lower and then pushing the hips up, that is much better, because that's more reflective of what a handstand is. Good morning there. And then of course, if you're all confident, you can just go straight into a full handstand, nice and gentle on the wall, that's fine. You can do that anyway, like, okay? Then hold it the rest of the minute. Okay? And don't worry, if you do chip the paper, I'm always there on paper. I'm used to it now. Right, so, next one. Burpee broad jump and then iso squat for the remainder of the minute. Burpee broad jump, obviously numbers that you're not going to be jumping miles. You get your burpee, down, up, little jump forward, pop back to position. Okay, or just shuffle back to position. 6 times. After the 6th one, you're heading into an iso squat hold for the remainder of the minute. Okay? Get that sweet spot, 90 degrees. Head and chest high and hold. Okay, right, and the last one. On the mat, 15 Superman pulls. And then bear crawl for the remainder of the minute. Right, let me show you. Lift your chest up. Okay? Hands out and then pull. Pull. Squeeze the elbows down. And just try and lift the chest as much as you can. If you haven't got great shoulder mobility like me, spinal mobility, thoracic spine, they'll be tough at first. But stick with them because they're very good for posture and shoulder health. Anyway, as soon as you've done 15, you then into that bear crawl position, like you've done keep. But this time, you're just going to take a couple of steps forward, a couple of steps back. See, I'm keeping my knees low. The knees stay. So I'm not doing this. And there. Okay, again, control fluidity. Right, okay. I think that covers it all. And then right at the end, we've got a little challenge for you as well. Bit of a leg lactic threshold challenge. Okay. Right, let's get started. I'm just going to set that timer. So it's 50 mountain climbers, and so rifle carry on that first one. Right. 25 sets total. Minute on, 20 seconds rest. Right, okay, then get ready for 50 mountain climbers. 3, 2, squat to the bell. Big jump, 3 little jumps. Good. jacks and handstands. Coming up. Nice.